summer day. Kick up my plow, my boots, my trade like a farmer. Hang my hat like I'm here for a while. Kick up my boots, plant that shit like a farmer. Like a farmer. Like a farmer. I'm Tyler Farr, and you're watching Like a Farmer.
Hey y'all, it's Pat. Welcome to another episode of Like a Farmer, powered by Ag America Media. As always, every single Wednesday you can catch me on YouTube or wherever you listen to your audio podcast. Mr. Tyler Farr is in the studio today. Not in the studio, but we are in the great city of Nashville. Once again, Tyler, thanks for coming on the show today, man.
Buddy, I feel like we've known each other for an eternity.
And you know, I actually talked about that a little bit earlier today because you really want to have like a relationship with somebody before a hang or something before they come on the show. We got to do that.
I feel like we did it
the other day.
I mean, we didn't do it, but I feel like we did it.
Yeah, with, you know, a great mutual friend of ours, Mr. John Daly. Can we just start on that? I mean,
boy.
John Daly, what?
Sure we can. You want a cig?
And he'll just light it up.
Just light it up. Just grip them, rip them.
It don't matter where you're at. I mean, we walked in.
Church service.
Sig. Grocery store.
The grocery store, Aldi's, Five Below, TJ Maxx, Cool Springs Galleria. It don't matter.
He's going to light it up.
SEC game day bus.
I'm excited to talk about that too. I'm a huge fan, man. You want to talk about these?
Are you?
You had 3?
Are you really though?
No, seriously. You can ask anybody. The Redneck Crazy guy walks into a bar.
Whiskey in my water.
Whiskey in my water.
My least favorite too.
No, that might be the one that stays in my mind.
It's actually my least favorite song, and that's the only number one.
Isn't that the one? In my truck, riding down the dirt road, picking you up, feeling kind of crazy. Yeah, that one. That one's actually the most. That one I would say is the one that kind of stays within me when I'm in the shower.
Something funny for you. My least favorite number one that I've had, and that was the only number one that I've written. And it's my least favorite. You know, when I moved to Nashville and like got my record deal and stuff, I remember me and Jim Catino, which Jim is produced my first 2 albums, Redneck Crazy, Suffer in Peace, all my number ones. Then I'm working with him again on Coming to a Bar Near You, the new song. But I remember going to pub crawls in Midtown where we would walk, where all the publishing offices were in Midtown. We'd walk from publishing company to publishing company all over Midtown and go and listen to, 20 songs here, 20 songs there, that people, because we wanted the best song to win. And I mean, that's how Tim McGraw became Tim McGraw. Mm-hmm. How Kenny Chesney made, because they're utilizing what Nashville really is about the songwriters. And just because you can sing great, it don't mean you're a songwriter. Not everybody's a songwriter. That's a gift, that God gives you. And not everybody has it. Now, there's a lot of people that think they have it. And God bless them, but they just, you know what I mean? It's an art, and some people that sing, they can do that as well. But not everybody can do that. Back in the day, it's very hard. What I'm trying to say is it's very hard for songwriters to make a living nowadays versus back when I moved to town, when I was like 22 years old. It's hard because a lot of these, they're writing their songs and stuff, and Chris Stapleton could sing his butt off. Chris Stapleton can write some freaking songs, but not everybody can do that. And I think my mindset was kind of the old school mindset. It was like, and I've always been good at writing songs. No, actually, take it back. I wrote some really shitty songs when I was younger, but I just wanted the best song to win. And Nashville, that's what made Nashville Nashville, is that artists would come here, you get a deal, and you get pitched songs, and you just listen to these songs, and guys like Casey Beathard, Jeffrey Steele, freaking Win Varble, Shane Miner, Dean Daly, all these big songwriters, you have access to them, and they're pitching you your songs because you have a record deal, you're a new artist, and you just listen to all these songs, and you find the best song. And it's like, I feel like as it went on, because of, we're not selling albums anymore. I'm trying to get to the point here.
No, this is awesome.
And it will go to the point eventually. You have to stay with me through the matrix.
Well, the biggest thing, too, before you keep, because country music has changed, and you have been doing this a long time, not to age you, but you are old as hell.
I am. I'm older than shit.
But so this is all good because it's changing, and new people are coming in, and tools that you have to use. We're going to talk about it later, but we talked about it the other night. You got to be a fucking TikTok star now.
So it was albums, back in the day. It was albums. My stepdad played with George Jones, and that's how I got into the stuff, and that was albums. And I moved to Nashville when I was 21, started working, bouncing at Tootsie's, started playing at Tootsie's. I'm going to sum this up as quick as I can. Got a developmental deal with Sony, was playing in Colt Ford's band. He would let me open up, and I would sell my first EP, Camouflage, and his autograph lines. And I had basically a trapper keeper. If you don't know what that is, folks, Google it. But trapper keeper with an email sign-up list for the fan club, and had a box of CDs and would sell them in Colt Ford's autograph line. And Brantley was like touring with us. Brantley was driving a blacked out Excursion, pulling a trailer. And it was just a different time. And when people bought albums, like physical albums, when you go to Walmart, not everyone, you can remember when you go to Walmart and there's alphabetically ordered.
Yep.
And you go in and you could pick out your artists and buy them. Artists were making, and songwriters were making a lot more money. So you could, like as a artist, you could afford to cut outside songs and stuff, and still make money because you're selling physical copies, and songwriters made more money because you're selling, people would buy albums. They would invest in the artist, not just the song, they would invest in that artist's career and buy everything they did, and now there are people invest in artists' careers, but they don't. There's not albums to buy. Just songs. They want it quick, fast, and what's the hot thing. And it kind of, I don't like it. It is what it is. But my stepfather that played with Jones, he told me to, when you got a good artist, we can listen to that album all the way through, and they're great.
What do you think? I want to back up a little bit and where you grew up, and it's one of those things. There's got to be something in the water in Georgia. I mean, from you.
I didn't grow up in Georgia,
but hear me out though.
But yes, sir.
Because you're talking about these names, and we've had some of these people come on the show, and there's a pipeline that's not coming from Nashville. And they're coming from rural America like you come from, and Georgia like the Langstons and the Brantleys. And it's that small town America where these people, that's what built them, and they're writing the songs about how they grew up. And that's the type of country music that I was used to. Like, tell me, where you grew up, how you grew up, and I'm sure that's where your songwriting's coming from.
So I'm from Garden City, Missouri. You can Google it if you want to Google it real quick.
How many people do you think's in Garden City?
Now?
Yeah. Let's play a game.
My grandmother's the only one that lives there. She lives in a senior housing there, down the road where she used to live.
How many people do you think live in Garden City?
1,300.
1,642.
moving up.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Maybe we got a stoplight now. But now pull that back up.
Okay.
This is my only claim to fame. Go to notable people.
There I see a Tony and Minnie Washington. Do you know who they are?
I thought probably.
Oh shit! Tony and Minnie were direct descendants of George Washington.
Whatever.
And then I see Tyler Farr.
Ewing Kaufman should be in there.
Ewing Kaufman, businessman who founded Marion Laboratories.
Kaufman Stadium, Kansas City Royals.
Dude, Garden City, Missouri, man. Shit.
It's popping.
What's up? So how?
But it's a rural town in the Midwest, and it's about, I don't know, an hour south of Kansas City, and it was. There's really ain't shit there. I mean, it's just there's a Casey's General Store. I think another gas station, a couple bars, and Miller's Grocery, which sold, you could buy guns, rent a VHS tape, buy liquor, or a bow. Had a bow range you could sight your bow in. And it was, Nico Seeds was down the road, and I used to work there. I used to bag seed in high school and stab rats with a pitchfork in the grain bins. And it was a farming, it was a farming community, and that's what that town, and it's kind of, that town, it's still surviving, but it's like, it's hard for, farmers now, just because it's just more than hard, but that's what that community was built off of. It's gravel roads, very small town. Our high school, when I graduated, still had a high school. The high school had a gravel parking lot. And I remember Billy Shitty'd park his combine like right by the parking lot, and he would be like bush hogging right across the road. Vic Mueller had a lab farm up the road. His dogs would get loose, and they'd on the intercom during school, they'd like, Vic Mueller, to the front office, please. Your labs are out. Vic Mueller. And there'd be cows getting out during recess when we're playing soccer or something. We're slipping on cow shit. So it was very rural. The school was made up of about 5 different towns. Graduated about 53 people. It was public, kindergarten through 12th grade. The high school had about 350 people in it. And it did shape like what I write. I wasn't writing then.
Yeah.
I wrote a song, I think, when I was in high school for my high school sweetheart, and it was called I Would. It was like a rip-off of 98 Degrees. I Do Cherish You. Remember that song?
It's old school right there.
I do cherish you for the rest of my life. Yeah, you get it.
I was hoping so you did not, just to be clear, Redneck Crazy, you did not write that.
Nope.
Because I was hoping you'd have some cool story about some
I do have a cool story, but I didn't write it. This young woman that I used to hang out with back in the day, this was years ago, I had a deal with Sony. My first single I wrote, my first single was, I started working with the Peach Pickers, Dallas Davidson, Ben Hayslip, and Red Akins. And at the time when I was working with them, they had just, I think, struck gold with Put a Girl in It with Brooks and Dunn. But they had not had a bunch yet. And Dallas had Honky Tonk, Badonka Donk, and they were just kind of starting to blow up. My first single was Hot Mess. And it was a hit. It sounded like a hit. And there was nothing wrong with the song, but I don't think it was as far as embodying me like I wanted it to. It was just I think when I was a son, it's we need a hit, a radio hit. And that was just kind of the mindset back then. And I'm like, okay, put that out. And it went to like 50 or something. And then after Hot Mess, I was like, oh, well, that doesn't work. So we put out Hello Goodbye, which was a song I wrote about catching my ex cheating on me, which I really did. She's cheating on me with a, God almighty. Cheating on me with a Cheatham County SWAT team guy over in Pegram.
Damn.
And it was an ex-boyfriend. It was one of those on and off again. Like, we break up, she go back to him.
Yeah.
And I was getting pretty pissed about it because I was, I wear my heart on sleeve, and I was getting pretty damn sad. And like when I knew she was lying, I'm like, this bitch she's fooling around. I know it. I called her friend. She said because she said she was at the movies with this friend. She goes, oh no, we ain't at the movies. I'm like, she's banging Jerry.
God dang it, Jerry.
His name wasn't Jerry, but we'll just
keep it at Jerry.
We'll call him Jerry. So I knew where Jerry lived, and I went over there and I saw her car there. And I did not throw beer cans. No domestic disturbance was called. I got pissed. Banged around for a bit, then finally just left. And I was heartbroken. And I wrote Hello Goodbye after that. And it was like, hello suitcase, hello picture on the floor, hello heartache, hello slamming door, hello Silverado running the drive, hello tomorrow, hello goodbye. And it was I wrote that, and that was probably my favorite breakup song I ever wrote. This girl that I was talking to back in the day, I was writing a lot. I was writing my butt off. She knew about this breakup and stuff, and I'm not very good at covering stuff up. She knew about it, and she goes, I got a song for you. And I just finished writing. It was like 6, 7 p.m. She's like, you got to come hear this. So I went to the office. We're sitting in the truck, and she plays it. It's like, gonna drive like hell through your neighborhood, park the Silverado on your front lawn. She's like, if anyone's gonna cut this, it's gonna be your crazy ass. And I was like, well, hell yeah, let's do it. So we cut it, we put it on the album. And after Hello Goodbye, the song I actually wrote about my situation, I remember my manager called me around Thanksgiving and she said, they're pulling it, it's not. Went to like 52 or something. I got pissed, I really was. Because this is a whole new, this town and the business and how it works. I'm like, I thought the song was incredible. And I'd never toot my own horn, but that song was badass. And I was pissed.
Hey y'all, it's Pat with Like a Farmer. Are you looking to add some local flavors to your recipes? Well, visit freshfromflorida.com today, where you can browse hundreds of delicious recipes that bring Florida freshness to your table all year round. Become a Fresh from Florida member for free and create your own menus. Save and send your favorite dishes and get exclusive access to monthly newsletters packed with fresh local recipes. I can promise you, you will be a favorite in your neighborhood. From the Florida fields to your fork, year-round freshness and flavor are just a logo away. Fresh from Florida, there's a sunshine in every bite. Hey y'all, today's episode is brought to you by Ag America, your go-to financial partner for all things agriculture. As the largest independent financial firm dedicated to rural America, Ag America is changing the game when it comes to ag lending and leveling up finance options for farmers, ranchers, and landowners across the nation. And I'll let you know a little secret. The thing that sets this company apart from the rest is the people. They understand firsthand the unique needs of American farmers and ranchers because many of them grew up on farms themselves. They take a farmer-focused approach to finance, prioritizing relationships over transactions to help you build a stronger financial foundation for you and your family. So whether you're looking to buy land or secure working capital, Ag America has your back. Visit agamerica.com today to learn more and see how they can help you achieve long-term financial success. because when farmers thrive, we all do.
And finally, I was like, screw it. We're putting Redneck Crazy out. I'm tired of pussyfooting around. Like, let's break out the big bat.
Yeah, let's go all in. Number one.
And Sony was scared. They were scared to death of it. Rightfully so. It's talking about parking outside a girl's house and throwing beer cans. Which, the girl does that to my daughter here in about 10. A guy does that to my daughter in 10 years. I'm going to shoot his kneecap off.
Yeah. I'll be right there with you.
So, like, I get it, but it was like we needed something that was just different. And I think that's what we were missing. And, like, we finally put that out. And surprisingly, these stations started playing it. And I developed relationships with them. You got to think, I've already done radio tours, met all these PDs, and I got along with them. And I get along with just about anyone unless they're an idiot. But, like, I've made relationships with these guys, and they were digging it. They're like, I think this is what you need. And then there was a couple that were hesitant. We got them, and long story short, it was my first number one. And that's that's what it took, I guess, just kind of swing for the fence.
I think this is what I love about you. You're very humble about the career that you've already had. Like I've mentioned, you've done this a long time. There's somewhere, help me out, was it the 2 albums that you released, it was the only time that they had went top 5 in the Billboard?
It was the...
Because you don't like talking about this shit because you're very humble, but dude, you've been doing. I
forget about this, but it was the first. I was the first artist for his first albums to debut in the Billboard top 5 in a decade.
That's big.
I know.
You just don't like.
It's weird, man.
This is what I love about it. I'm telling you, Tyler Farr. Number one, you have a great team. You surround yourself with great people, and that's what you got to do to continue to be successful in this town. But it's really hard to stay relevant in this genre that's changing every single day. And it's like, dude, you're here, you're doing it. And these 3 number ones, they screamed you, and it's like, I'm excited for what's to come. But before we talk about what you got going on, I want to play a game on this show, okay?
Oh, boy.
This game's called Give 'em the Boot, presented by Tecovas. So this is what we're going to do. Got a pair of boots for you. Tecovas was nice enough to send you a pair of boots. And there's going to be 4 questions in this boot, okay?
I get to keep them?
Yeah, you get to keep them. They're yours.
Oh, that's why she asked me what size boots I wear.
Got some black boots to wear, man.
Oh, man.
Wear out on the town. Dude, nothing like the smell.
Real leather.
Yeah. Hey, 4 questions in that boot.
Oh, they're in here.
You can give one of them the boot, but if you give one of them the boot, that means you got to answer the rest of them. You don't have to give any of them the boot either.
How about I answer all of them?
There you go. I like it.
Oh, best UGA football player of all time, Herschel Walker.
Hey, before we go on to that, can you explain where the UGA kind of love came from?
So, I'm a Georgia fan. I moved here. I went to college in Missouri, in Springfield, Missouri. It was Southwest Missouri State at the time. Now it's Missouri State. You're probably like, do they have a football team? Not really. They're not very good. Pretty good baseball team, but I did not have enough money to go to MU. They had a decent football team. Football there was not like it is in the South. So when I moved to Nashville, you had to have a team, or on Saturdays your ass is going to be very bored.
Yeah.
And so the Peach Pickers got me started when I was 20, when I came to Nashville, young. And they all liked Georgia. Remember that Cheatham County SWAT team guy? He's a huge UT fan. So I'll be damned if I was going to go for UT.
That's
Georgia had the
one not to like him.
Exactly. Georgia had the same colors as my high school football team. I was like, look, go Dogs. So, and that's where it started. And they were not good back then. We're not. And they had just started getting good. So I've been a Georgia fan for about 20 years, and that's why.
Okay, it's fair.
Thank you, Dallas and Rhett and Ben. Let's see.
Question number 2.
If it gets sexual, it's going to get weird now. Okay.
What is it?
I just got to pick what story.
What was the question? Can you tell us?
A Tyler Farr story no one knows.
Okay. Nice.
I got to be careful.
Come on, man.
There's some good ones, and they involve other country music singers. So can't do it. Not this one. I'll tell you after we cut. Favorite country musician right now?
Yeah, who do you like listening to the radio right now?
Mel Tillis. No. Probably Cameron Marlowe.
It's a good one.
Yeah, he's my boy. I got a couple cuts on his, I think his current album. We've been tight, and I've always just respect. I'm big with great vocalists, and he can sing his butt off. Anybody that knows him, he's great. So probably Cameron, and he's killing it as well. So yeah, probably him or I like Zach Top too.
Yeah, I mean,
which everyone knows.
Yeah.
Zach Top.
Yeah, it's
He's
been
great.
a common. Yeah,
He's great. It's great. Everyone's great. Ooh, craziest John Daly story. So I was playing the chuck wagon races, the national championship chuck wagon races, which is like Little House on the Prairie on meth, like just these jokers are in covered wagons like with horses, and it's crazy. And in Arkansas, and Daly had told me he was coming. He comes, and his daughter's with him. And hey, we're gonna drive y'all back to the house tonight after the show. We're gonna do SEC game day tomorrow. Blah blah blah. Great. Daly comes. Shy comes. His daughter and Daly's sitting on the side of the stage, and it's cooler, and everything's fine. Good show. Great. Just hillbillies running rampant. My kind of party. God almighty. And acid tablets, anyone? And we go back to his house. It was about a 2-hour drive. We get back there and crash there. Daly has some friends. He stays up, and he operates on a different level. And I said, I'm going to bed. Next morning, get up to go to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I forget who Arkansas was playing, but we're headed to the stadium. We get there, and we're rolling in. Daly's got his windows down, smoking heaters. These college kids are just going crazy. And I believe they let him into the stadium while smoking a cigarette. I could be wrong. But we got to that SEC area, like where they're doing all that, which is Tebow and all that.
SEC Nation, yeah.
Yeah, SEC Nation. And we get there, and Dave's like, hey, you want to go on this with me? I'm like, dude, man, I was like, I'm just here I'm cool. Like, if you want to get me, that's fine. I'm just going to chill. We're good. We go on the bus, the SEC bus. And we're up there, and it's early, like it's 7:30 in the morning, whatever. John cracks one of them good boys. And we're sitting there, and I'm eating a bacon, egg, and cheese. And John pulls out one of them heaters, goes to light her up. And I'm like, man, are you sure that's the best? He's like, no, fuck it. By that time, here comes Timmy on the bus. Here comes Tebow. He walks up there, and he's like, T. Farr, what's up? Hey, bud, good to see you, man. Yeah, John, what are you doing smoking up here? What? He's like, no one cares. And just totally just, and that's, hey, I love him. That's why I love him. He does not care. And, you know, Tebow was just laughing. And it was, he might be the only person that can get away with, like, some of the stuff he does. Like, it makes me nervous. Like, I remember sitting there like, oh, God. Oh, geez.
Just don't know if you want to be associated. Like, you're like...
Well, no, I might be, like, I'll be there with my friends. I'll go down when the house gets torched. I will go through the fire with them. But I was like, this is a terrible idea. And he's, you know, but I'm also going, well, if anyone's going to get away with it, it's going to be him. And by God.
He did it.
He did.
Tim Tebow and John Daly in the same room has just got to be incredible. I mean, you talk about two different sides of the spectrum there.
It's like John the Baptist and Dickie Betts. I don't, because let me tell you, John Daly is a sweetheart.
Beautiful heart. Couldn't agree more.
Would do anything for you. But it's the complete opposites. But that's the thing about Tebow that I love is like he is, you know, when people talk about Christians, they're like, man, they're just like Tebow loves everybody as they are. And that's the beautiful thing about him. And to, you know, when a guy's smoking heaters on your bus and you're just like, oh man, good to see you. Like,
John,
you doing? Blowing through 18 Marlboro Reds. You know, but that's crazy. Is there any more in here?
That's it, man. Give him the boot, baby. When did you know that, like, man, I want to do country music? I mean, when did you know you could? Like, were you just one day in the shower, you're like, damn, I might actually can sing?
I didn't. I still don't.
Come on now. And you got 3 number ones. I mean,
still trying to do it. I swear to God, like, I guess. I grew up singing classical music. My mom got me into classical voice lessons when I was in 7th grade.
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. I love that.
Content, pod, on yeah. Man, that's got good. Until you fall. Should we record an album?
Damn.
Or be friends?
So were you like, you were in the choir in high school? Is that what that would be? I mean, you're, okay.
No. Yes. Yes, I was in the choir.
Dude, you
yes,
come
I got
up
made
with this whole, like, and you are a badassery, but you have, like, that's a great voice, man.
I was in the choir.
You don't like to talk about it.
No, that's fine. I'm fine. Listen, I'm fine. It was just weird in high school. Because, like, listen, let me just lay this shit out for you real quick. I was the kid with a hot mom. All my buddies, I thought I was cool as shit. I was a freshman. All these seniors were coming over before basketball games. And I was pretty good at baseball. I started as varsity as a freshman. I was good. Never did, nothing with it, but I was good. But I was like, man, these guys, I must be cool as shit. All these seniors coming over to my house, wanting to eat like before the games. Man, hell yeah. Found out later I wasn't that cool. They was like looking at my mother. And I'm not shitting you. It was always Farr's mom. You seen Farr's mom? And my mother was a beautiful one. But it was just funny. Like, I was so confused. Growing up, singing classical music in a Midwestern town and singing the National Anthem in full shoulder pads before you're about to run the ball was never a good thing. Because what do you think those defensive linemen, those linebackers want to do to you after you get done singing the National Anthem in an operatic voice? And then you go out there and take a 32 dive, and these jokers are coming in there like, oh, we're getting his ass. this little softy, we gonna get him. It was terrifying.
What's the coolest place you've ever done the national anthem at?
Lambeau.
There was a...
Coolest and terrifying.
Why do you say that?
Because it was on a Thursday. It was on Thursday Night Football, and it was right when all the kneeling stuff was going on, and all these people being idiots. And my label asked me if I'd do it. I said, "Yeah, I've sang it a million times. I've done the Chiefs, Royals, whatever. No big deal." And but it was during all these people doing that, and it was on Thursday night, and it wasn't supposed to be televised. And because of what was going on and what Aaron Rodgers just announced, which he announced the day before, that we're all going to lock arms and I'm going to make everyone stand. An uprising, if you will. And I'm like, well, shit, yeah. Yeah, they should be standing anyway. And I remember going out there and like, now this is going to be on film. And I'm like, oh, Thursday night on film. Okay. So there's Clinton Dixon over here on a bike pedaling. I'm like, dude, you're on my Xbox team, Great job. Killing it, bud. Just over there just trying to calm my nerves. And I remember my manager at the time told me not to wear this camouflage blazer that I had, and I wore it anyways because she said it was going to arouse people, like whatever. And then I also remember these vets, the flag guys, coming over to these old men like, hey, we got your back. Stuff starts to pop off. We got you, bud. And I'm like, all right. Then my handler comes out. We go to the middle of the field. He goes, well, good luck, buddy. Better than you and me. Hell of a speech. I go out there in the middle of the field, stand out there for 10 minutes. And it was good. It was good. I thought it was fine. Everyone locked arms, but this is Lambeau Field, one of the most historic. You can compare it to the Coliseum over there in freaking Rome and stuff. Like it's
Lambeau.
It's Lambeau. And I was nervous as a seed tick in Alabama on opening day on turkey season. Seriously, it was bad, but I got through it and it was fine. And what was that linebacker that played for Green Bay?
Was it Clay Matthews or A.J. Hawk?
No, it's Clay Matthews.
Oh, Clay Matthews.
His sister looks just like him.
Clay Matthews' sister looks just like him? Okay, that's a good fun fact. I want to go back to the original question too, because I'm intrigued, and you're going to say, well, I just don't know yet, because there's things that have happened in your country music career that have been like, well, shit, I made the right decision. Like, what were some of those early on that just kind of kept you wanting to do the music thing, period?
I think probably once, because it was hard for a minute. Like there was like enough van times and pulling a U-Haul trailer and the U-Haul trailer falling off and it passing your van in East Tennessee and just crazy stuff and just and it got to be like a lot after a while, and you're just wanting a break. Everybody, you're just wanting something's got to give. And it did, and like finally when, just like the Gavin show the other night, like I seen all those people outside, and that kind of brought me back. I was like, yo, I remember that. Like when everyone was just like, I remember the first sellout show I had was at the Gin in Tifton, Georgia. It ain't very big, but it was like special shit to me. And these people were just like, I remember them like rocking No, we didn't have a bus yet. Rocking the van. It was just packed. You couldn't have fit one more person in there. And that was our first sold out show. And then fast forward a few weeks, we're up in Indiana. And this period of my life is kind of a blur. And we'd got a bus and playing bigger clubs. And I can remember looking out my window of my bus, and there's people lying down on the sidewalks, just like, and I'm like, what are they doing? And they're like screaming, like chanting and stuff, and shaking the bus, and they're just this bunch of crazy ass rednecks. And it still was like it's still today. It's hard to, and even then, I was just like, what? They tell him Luke Bryan was here, or what? Did someone lie to him? You know, what the hell? This is weird. You know, and I'm not, I don't take compliments very well.
I know you don't.
I don't. But it's still a dream of mine, you know, to be a superstar or something. You know, it was all like, and I just never have looked at myself in that light, I guess. And then people will be like, well, they'll come, I can't believe you're just, and I'm the same way as, like the shit I do during the day on my farm, everybody else will do. And it's, you know, shooting turkeys, deer, you know, putting in food plots, and it's just hard for me to, I don't know, give myself credit, because the fans should get the credit. I didn't do this. The fans did it.
Well, I think it's cool, and I mean, you're doing stuff like this. You're getting out there. You have to. I mean, you're changing your scheme. I mean, we're going to talk about it. Like, it's a new day and age where you got to promote yourself differently. You got to do this. You got to do that. But I mean, the Gavin show the other night, right? I mean, I could tell you were like, man, this is like, it brings me back. Like, this is my shit. Like, I want to be out. Like, you have a fan base out there that wants to come out and support you and party and have a good time and listen to your music. And I feel there's this new energy coming through you that you're ready to get back after it.
It definitely, like, with the being back with my old producer that did what we did back in the day, definitely brings some hope to me and my whole new team. Like, and I'm just getting back to loving what I do.
How long of when's the last time you released, like, what, have you been on a break, like a period of like, hey, I'm just kind
of. My daughter was born, she just turned 4 yesterday. So there's that, and that was, and people can go, well, hey, where you been, whatever, you should have been, but, well, they can kiss my ass. I mean, that's my daughter. And she's the sweetest thing you ever seen in your damn life. So, and that's first and foremost. So that definitely was put a little halt on it. But just with the COVID stuff, obviously changed the whole game. So like I'm at this point of figuring it out, trying to reestablish myself as an artist. Like, how do I do this in a modern, like, society it's just different. You know, we're not doing things the way we used to. It's socials, primary socials, and pounding them. And that's why, you know, got a guy that's a young guy that gets it. And that's the reason for doing that is so, I mean, I'm not young. I may not get it, but I'm at least going to hire people around me that get it. Mm-hmm. They can help me get it. So I'm just excited for this new year and like getting some of this new stuff out and just a new, you know, I guess new leaf turnover.
So you had Rednecks Like Me come out last year. I want to hear about that, but then lead me into kind of these new projects, new songs coming into this year.
So Rednecks Like Me, I was still at under Broken Bow, under Night Train with Jason's Aldean's label, and that was great. COVID hindered that a little bit, but the beautiful thing that came out of that is that, like,
were you the first one? Sorry, that Jason had signed under that.
Yeah, me and Jason were playing poker at his house, and I remember I was still at Sony, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you let me produce you and sign in?" And we did, and it was great.
Yeah.
The only problem was our country shut down for like 3 years. No big deal. But it stopped like everything. My thing, when it comes to like what I do best, is in person, live, around people, playing shows, getting radio out there. Hey, this is why you should play my stuff. Well, that shut down after COVID, and I remember right after me and Jason released Only Truck in Town on Me, it shut down. And it sucked, but we got to release last year Rednecks Like Me, this EP, and it had my first daughter song on there, Questions. It had a song with me and Jelly Roll on there, Country as Shit. And I wrote, I think, every song on the EP, I believe. And it was just cool to get new music out there. I've learned my fans, they just want new stuff from me constantly. And so, like, this next year, that's what we're going to give them. And that's why we're coming to a bar near you.
Hell yeah. And that so Coming to a Bar Near You just got released last week.
Yep.
I mean, just give me the rundown on that.
Well, a buddy of mine, Tyler Chambers, he was a writer on it. Jim Catino, he's the one that sent me the song. And we were actually at Hunt at E3 at my buddy LaRoche's, Adam LaRoche's place at our group hunt, because I'm owner and buck commander, and I'm
excited to talk about
I
that.
probably hunted too much this year, honestly, but Jason's out there, and I love Jason Aldean to death, but to get a compliment out of him, it ain't easy. And he said, I played him Coming to a Bar Near You, and he said, this is the best stuff I've heard from you since a guy walks into a bar. Now, keep in mind, he has produced stuff on me as well. So he's saying it was better than any of that. So
that's a big compliment.
It's a pretty big compliment, yeah. And Jason's real, and we're tight, and that's what I love about him is he's real. And I don't expect my friends to bullshit me. And honestly, like, I was like, well, yeah, because I thought the same thing. I think it's right down my alley, and that's why I wanted to cut it. It's right in that vein where people and my fans like to see me at.
I tell you what's interesting with this new song, and we've hit it on a little bit. The way you need to promote new music is different. So you've added some John Daly content on this new song that's recently come out. Like, is that kind of your angle now? Like, I want to know how you're feeling about these promoting the new songs and trying to get to this new country music per se.
Yeah, we're just like I'm leaning on some of my team and stuff to help me figure that out, because my ass stays out there in the country, and they're, and that's why I lean on them on this. Guy walks in a bar, that's about meeting a girl in a bar, smoky situation, whatever. Coming to a bar near you is about, it's more of a breakup. And they're both kind of coinciding together. So now, like, promoting this one versus Guy Walks in the Bar, entirely different. Guy walks in the bar, you film a video, and
just let it eat.
Put it out, go play shows, sing good, play more shows, sing good. This one, you got to rely on, you got to get it out there for these, because I'm trying to get to these younger fans that have not heard me yet. Because my fans are loyal, no doubt. Like
100%. Yep.
It surprises me every time we can pack in 1,000, 2,000, 6,000, whatever. You know, it blows my mind. I'm very grateful for it. But we're trying to get some of these new kids, because it's like we're saying, like a guy like Zach Top, he's bringing kids in. He's singing straight up 90s music.
And then a guy like Gavin Adcock's bringing
And
that
he's
rock and roll
he's
type
bringing
of
a
music.
ride. I'm like, that's my jam.
Are you getting big into the social media side? Like, are you like a big TikToker now, or are you going to get into the TikTok dances?
No. I will never dance on TikTok, ever. With that being said, yes, we are putting more stuff out there on TikTok, on social media. But I ain't gonna sell out. Like, I ain't gonna just go like full idiot and just start, doing. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I'm never gonna go just sell what I'll stand for what I believe in.
For sure, yeah.
And I'll put my stuff out.
What do you have?
At the end of the day, like, and I hope to God we get 10 more number ones. I hope we do. I'll do whatever we need to do to make that happen for my team and for everybody. But I ain't gonna sell my damn soul to the damn devil to do that, and I'm not gonna do something that ain't me.
For sure.
At the end of the day, because I don't need a lot of money. I got a farm, I got a damn tractor, and a side by side, and I don't need a lot of shit. So,
What's your plan on this year when it comes to, tours, doing a headline, opening for, what's your...
We're just touring. We still, doing, like the Grizzly Roses, the places like that, and festivals and stuff. And like I said, it still blows my mind we can still just draw in some of the people we can. So we're just kind of keeping our options open and doing. We'll get fired up back, I guess the end of February, and then be in full swing by March. So we'll just be playing wherever they want us to play.
What's been your favorite tour you've ever been on?
I don't want to hurt Jason's feelings. His was good. Burn It Down was good.
Was it?
Because it was crazy, because it was me and him at FGL.
This was like...
And FGL could have headlined themselves.
So this was like when FGL was FGL.
Oh, like, this was when you couldn't turn on the radio for 30 minutes. We were doing triple headers at baseball stadiums. Miranda got brought on shows. So it'd be me, FGL, Miranda, and Jason.
Damn.
And I had 2 number ones in my name. FGL had 4.
And then
it was just stupid. It was crazy.
So let me get your opinion on this.
But Luke Combs was the opener. I was main support and Brantley Gilbert, and we set all kinds of beer records, alcohol sales.
Luke, Brantley, and yourself.
Luke was opening. I was main support and Brantley, and that was like a year or 2 before Luke popped. That was some wild.
I love that.
I just love the music. It was just, and Brantley's still one of my boys. I love him. And Luke too. I talk to him every now and then.
Dude, Brantley is as real as it gets. That guy, he's got a hell of a story, number one. But
God, it was just such a perfect. It's like Luke, me, and Brantley, and it was just like, it's like, well, yeah, we set a lot of alcohol sale records. Of course we did. Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Let me get your thoughts on, and you never know what happens and why you do it. I don't really know the ins and outs of like what Brooks and Dunn is doing. And like when you get to those duos, like why an FGL? when they're at the top of the world? Like, why even separate? Is that kind of a...
Oh, I think one of them went this way and the other one went that way.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where when you have a duo and you get that successful, it's just sometimes you go in different directions.
Oh, man, if I ever have a duo, I'm just going to do it with my daughter.
Can she sing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Hell yeah.
Yeah, it scares the shit out of me.
Why?
Because I don't want her to be a singer.
Dude, that's awesome, though. Bonding time.
Yeah.
Father and daughter.
Singing Frozen.
Frozen, is that what she's singing now?
That's what she's singing, and I'm singing with her.
Okay. What song on Frozen are you singing? Can I get a little? Can I get a little taste?
You're baiting me.
Can I get a little taste of that?
Let it go, and never see me cry. Here I am. Fucky.
I think one of the...
I knew you were going to do that shit. I should never have said it.
I think it's cool because it seems like y'all have this great group when it comes to Buck Commander. I mean, being part of Buck Commander has just got to be one of the coolest things, right?
Man, I'll never forget when Willie asked me if I'd like to become an owner in it. And I literally started tearing up. And I was like, because you got to understand, like, I wanted to be in the outdoor industry way over being in, not way over, but that was my main thing. Kind of over singing. And singing was just I could do it. And I just loved hunting and being in the outdoors. But no, we was doing a show for up in Kentucky, and Willie approached me the next day after doing the show. I was playing. It was a Buck Commander for this outdoor store, and me and like Michael Waddell was there, and all of us were there, and we were karaokeing and just being idiots. And Willie come up to me the next morning and was like, "Man, would you like to be like a part owner in this?" I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, in my fashion, I was like, "Why the hell would y'all want me to be a part of this?" We all like you. And I was like, no shit. Yes, absolutely. And then it was the best group of guys I could ever join, because here's the thing, like, you got hunting shows that are, very serious. You got some that ain't. Our fan base, I've had more young kids come up to me, and it kind of like, it doesn't make me sad, but it's like, man, we love your stuff on Buck Commander. Mm-hmm. And they won't even know, and I don't expect them to, because hell, they was still shitting their britches whenever my music was coming out. So they're looking at the Buck Commander stuff. And it's just brought out a whole new fan base. Like these young kids that have not heard, like Redneck Crazy came out when these kids were, a fetus.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's a cool deal, but like why Buck Commander's different than every show is that all of us, and it's basically me, Luke Bryan, and Jason Aldean, so 3 country singers, and then
3 just rock stars right there. I mean, that's a trio. I know you're going to be all humble.
No,
Jason and Luke, but
no, I'm a better hunter than both of them. But So
There you go.
I will tap myself on the hat for that. So
That's what I
they
like
can
to
kiss
hear.
my ass on that one. And then you got, 3 retired ball players. You got Adam LaRoche, which, have you ever seen the interview on him?
Yep.
Which left 20 million, 10, 12 million on the table. Talk about a man.
Yeah.
Tom Boo Martin, one of my best friends, retired ball player. Ryan Langerhans. Then you got old boss hog Willie. It's just, and then Ryan Busbus has came on board, and he's kind of the business brains of it. And now we have this new buck op stuff coming out, which I'm super stoked about. But you
When
have
does
got
that come out? The Buck Ops.
it's coming out. If it ain't out yet, it should be out.
Okay.
If not, it's going to be out. Buck ops. But what I love about it is that, yes, we do party. Yes, we are idiots. We mess up. We're normal human beings. But we love the Lord, and we love our buddies, and we got their backs, and that's what and we love to hunt. Love to get kids in it. The amount of stuff that all of these guys combined does would blow your mind. I mean, really. And it's I don't want to hang out who's the most popular. I want to hang out with people to make me a better person. And that's our group, and then people can say what they want. I don't really give a damn, but it's just a bunch of guys who love the Lord and love to have fun and don't take it too seriously.
We've been talking for over an hour, man, and I said this, I think, on the way home from the show the other night. You've got a great personality. I think you have a great heart. You're a father first, which is awesome. You surround yourself with great people, which I love, and you have had a successful career, and you're going to continue to kick ass, and that's what I love about you. I truly enjoy just being associated with you, hanging with you. This is why I wanted you to come on the show. I want people to know who Tyler Farr is, because they were jamming those fucking songs back in the day, and I want to get them to doing that again. And I have a feeling with the new song that just came out and the new stuff that you got going, this is what I want. This was my main goal, because Tyler Farr's still here. You've been here for a long time, and I wanted to keep going. So I can't thank you enough for coming on the show.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Every Wednesday, you can catch us on YouTube or wherever you listen to your audio podcast. And as always, continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.